I do want to share this session that I ran for my players yesterday that worked really well. We are doing social distance right now. So if you're looking for a good social distancing practice, this is a very, very good one. So what we did yesterday was essentially the whole session, a player, so if you take this blue, is going to be playing in between these two cones. What you can see here is we have a diamond shape, and that's going to come into play a little bit later when we do the rondos as well. So the great thing is the players can pretty much stay in this lane the whole session, and I'll go through the different progressions that we're doing. So to start off with, I always like to start off with some ball mastery, and we worked on turns. And the way we did that was each player would be able to dribble to one of the cone, perform a turn or a cut, and then they will go back to the other side. I always like to start with a practice round for the players, and then after that I'll introduce competition by asking them to count. And then at the end, what I like to do with each group of four, so you can have as many groups of four as you want, is see what the record is. So for example, if this player gets 10, 15, 12, and 11, and the record here is 15. So now in that next round, everyone's going to be trying to beat that record of 15. If you want to make that a little bit more visual, what you can do is you can bring in cones, and you can just place 15 cones on the ground there. It's a really good visual cue. And you can obviously go through hundreds of different ball mastery turns here. So that's the first thing that we did. The second thing that we did, it's really good because it takes into account communication, awareness, and most importantly, what I like, which is movement off the ball. So I'll show you how that works now. And what I have here is the players are in blues and whites, and that's just going to be for your reference. They don't have to have these different colors that they're wearing. But what is most important is that the diagonal cones are red and these diagonal cones are yellow. You're going to have a coach, and he can stand, or she can stand anywhere on the field with two colored cones, yellow or red. And then the coach will put up a color. So let's say the color is red, then the player with the ball is going to pass to the red cone, right? So what we talk about in our academy is support. And the way support works is that the player closest to the ball, so he'll see red, he will need to come and support this player. This player will be doing the same thing. He will be supporting at red. Once that happens and the player supports, they're going to call for the ball. Now the player's over here, player's over here. And then there's going to be a pass to the red, in front, just like that. And then this player will take a dribble, whoops, dribble, and then another pass here. Oops. Like that. And then now the opposite blue has the ball. So that's going to be the basic start of it, just to kind of get them into it. Now, the really cool thing is that, let's say I make that pass and now a yellow comes up, right? So the coach is always going to be switching the colors. And this time, the player who even maybe just passed the ball to the yellow, right? Because that's where we ended up. They're going to see that yellow, they're going to support. So as they're passing the ball here, they're going to want it right back. So one of the communication that we use, we call this advice, is ball back. So if they see that yellow, they're going to say ball back, and then it's just going to be a pass back just like that. So here's the communication aspect of it, along with the awareness of it, because they have to continuously look up. Now let's say the player passes the ball, and now instead of yellow, it's red. So instead of saying pass back, we say switch. Oops, drag item. So when the player that receives the ball hears switch, they're going to have to now pass to the other side. And because these players will see red, they're going to come and support. So it's a continuous type of movement. Okay, so that's step one. I'm going to show you step two, which is all the same, except now what we're going to do is we're going to introduce 1v1 moves. So one of the ones that I like is a fake shot. And so if you think about that fake shot, it's going to be a fake shot, and then you turn right back where you came from. Okay, so we're using this fake shot to get back, to pass back. So right here, let's say, again, the red is up. So this player is going to be in support. This player is going to be in support. And we're going to make a pass here. And then this player is going to yell, right, pass back, because that's where we want it. This player could take a touch and then do their fake shot. Let's run through that. Here, fake shot, they'll turn back, and then they'll make that pass back. So it's the same thing over here, right? Pass back. Keep doing that, sorry. Pass. Pass over here, they'll do the fake shot and pass back. And again, it's always looking up. So if as they pass back, they see that yellow, these players are now going to give that instruction of switch, and then it keeps moving. The other move that we like to do is scissors. And I'm sure if you're on here, you know the scissors movement. And if you don't know these moves, that fake shot, scissors, it's a fake shot, sorry, pull back, you can Google them and you can see YouTube videos on all those things. So here with scissors, the instruction that we want is essentially with the scissors, you're using a scissors, and these are usually my wing players. You're using the scissors to beat the opponent. And usually it's a 1v1 and there's space to attack. So when this player passes the ball, they're going to say space, right? And then once they say space, this player will dribble up. They'll do their scissors around the defender. And then now they'll pass over to the other side. Over here. And again, those blue players, whoops, this way. Those blue players have the ball again, right? So what's really important too here, because it will take a while for the players to understand, is that you take your time with it. Okay, and you introduce it gradually. So don't jump from step 1 to step 4. Introduce that passing element of it, and then continue with the progressions that I've set out. Now, after 2 minutes, you switch. So now the white players will have the ball, right? And they'll do the exact same thing. And whether the ball comes from the left or right will determine which foot they're going to use as well. We like to use our furthest foot. And yeah. Now, the next progression into that is the rondos. So a coach can be over here with all the balls, right? Or there could be an extra player, and you can just start that keep away motion, keep away game here. And hopefully you have maybe three different squares with 4 players, so that'll make 12. And then you can take 1 square out and put a defender in here. And you can do your rondos. And if you want a rondo video, I've done that before. So hopefully this helped out. I know we're at a very tough time, but it's really good to get creative with this. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more.